Did you know that most people only retain about 25% of what they hear? That's right, 3/4 of the words spoken to us simply slip away. And here's another shocker. While we can process up to 400 words per minute, the average person only speaks at around 125 words per minute. That's a huge gap, leaving our minds plenty of time to wander during conversations. So, how can we bridge this gap and become better listeners? In today's fast-paced world, mindfulness in communication is more important than ever. We're constantly bombarded with information, yet we struggle to connect on a deeper level. But what if you could change that? What if you could turn every conversation into a meaningful exchange? In this video, we're diving into 8 powerful techniques that will help you listen better and communicate more mindfully. From mastering the art of deep listening to aligning your energy with your words, these strategies aren't your usual tips. They're designed to truly transform the way you connect with others. Stick around, and by the end, you'll have the tools to not just hear, but really listen, and make your conversations count. Ready to get started? Let's dive in. Chapter 1: Silent Symphony. Mastering the art of deep listening. Deep listening is a powerful tool that can transform how we communicate. It's not just about hearing words, it's about fully engaging with the speaker. Did you know that 55% of communication is nonverbal? This means that what's left unsaid often carries more weight than the words themselves. To practice deep listening, start by eliminating distractions. Put away your phone and give the speaker your full attention. It sounds simple, but in our fast-paced world, this level of focus is rare. Next, resist the urge to formulate your response while the other person is speaking. Instead, focus entirely on their message. A study from the Harvard Business Review found that people who feel heard are more likely to feel valued and respected. When you truly listen, you're telling the other person that their words matter. You might be surprised how much more meaningful your conversations become. One strategy to enhance deep listening is to practice active listening techniques. Nod your head, maintain eye contact, and use verbal affirmations like "I see" or "go on." These small actions encourage the speaker and signal that you're engaged. Remember, deep listening isn't about responding quickly, it's about understanding deeply. As a final tip, embrace the power of silence. Don't rush to fill the pauses in conversation. These moments of quiet can lead to more thoughtful, reflective communication. Silence allows the speaker to gather their thoughts and often reveals the underlying emotions behind their words. Chapter 2: Echoing Empathy. Tuning into emotional frequencies. Empathy is the cornerstone of mindful communication. It's about tuning into the emotional frequencies of others and responding with compassion. A great quote by Stephen Covey sums it up: "Seek first to understand, then to be understood." Empathy starts with paying attention to emotional cues. These can be as subtle as a change in tone or as obvious as tears. The key is to acknowledge these emotions without judgment. When someone feels seen and heard on an emotional level, it builds trust and deepens the connection. To practice empathy, try to put yourself in the other person's shoes. Ask yourself, how would I feel if I were in their situation? This simple mental shift can change your perspective and help you respond more thoughtfully. Research shows that empathetic listeners can improve relationships and even resolve conflicts more effectively. In fact, a study from the University of Michigan found that empathy has been declining over the past few decades, especially among younger people. This makes it even more important to consciously cultivate it in our daily interactions. Another technique to enhance empathy is to reflect back what you're hearing. Phrases like "it sounds like you're feeling," or "I can sense that this is really important to you," show that you're not just listening to the words but also understanding the emotions behind them. Finally, remember that empathy doesn't always mean agreeing with the other person. It's about recognizing their feelings and validating their experience. This validation can often be more powerful than offering solutions or advice. Chapter 3: Mindful Mirrors, Reflecting and Reframing Thoughts. Mirroring is a powerful communication tool that can help you build rapport and foster understanding. It's about reflecting back what you've heard, which shows the speaker that you're truly engaged. According to psychologist Carl Rogers, this technique helps people feel understood and supported, which is essential for effective communication. Start by paraphrasing what the other person has said. For example, if they say, "I'm really stressed about this project," you might respond with, "It sounds like this project is causing you a lot of stress." This simple reflection can encourage the speaker to open up more and dive deeper into their feelings. Another powerful tool is reframing. This involves taking what the person has said and presenting it in a new light. For instance, if someone says, "I'm terrible at this," you might reframe it by saying, "It sounds like you're finding this challenging, but it's a great opportunity to learn." Reframing helps shift the focus from negativity to growth and possibility. Research has shown that people who use mirroring and reframing in their conversations often experience stronger connections and more positive interactions. These techniques not only show that you're listening but also that you're actively engaged in the conversation. Incorporate pauses after reflecting or reframing to give the speaker time to process. This pause also shows that you're not in a rush and are genuinely interested in their thoughts. Reflecting and reframing aren't about manipulating the conversation but about fostering a deeper, more mindful exchange. Chapter 4: Body Language Blueprint. Reading unspoken cues. Communication is much more than just words. In fact, according to research by Dr. Albert Mehrabian, only 7% of communication is verbal, while 38% is vocal, tone of voice, and 55% is nonverbal, body language. This means that paying attention to body language is crucial in mindful communication. Start by observing the other person's posture. Are they leaning in, which indicates interest, or are they pulling back, which might suggest discomfort? Crossed arms can signal defensiveness, while open palms often indicate openness and honesty. Facial expressions are another key element. A smile can convey warmth, while a furrowed brow might indicate confusion or concern. Micro-expressions, those fleeting facial expressions that occur involuntarily, can also reveal true feelings that words may hide. Eye contact is a powerful indicator of attention and trust. Maintaining eye contact shows that you're focused on the conversation, but be mindful not to overdo it, as it can come off as intimidating. The key is to strike a balance, enough to show interest, but not so much that it feels uncomfortable. Gestures also play a significant role in communication. For example, nodding can encourage the speaker to continue, while tapping fingers or fidgeting might suggest impatience. Even the way you position your feet can give away your true feelings. Psychologist Jeffrey Beatty points out that our feet often point in the direction we want to go, which can reveal whether we're truly engaged or looking for an exit. To improve your ability to read body language, try to observe people in everyday situations. Notice how their gestures and expressions align with their words. Over time, you'll become more attuned to these nonverbal cues, making your communication more mindful and effective. Before we move on to the next chapter, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We've got more exciting tips on mindful communication coming up. Chapter 5: Vibrational Vibes. Aligning your energy with your words. Your energy speaks louder than your words. Even before you say anything, people can sense your vibe. It's like walking into a room and feeling tension or warmth. This is the power of energy in communication. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people can accurately judge someone's emotional state within just a few seconds of meeting them. To align your energy with your words, start by checking in with yourself before you communicate. Are you calm, centered, and present? If you're feeling stressed or distracted, it's likely that this energy will seep into your words and affect how they're received. Taking a few deep breaths before a conversation can help you reset and bring your energy into alignment. Another strategy is to visualize the outcome you want from the conversation. This technique, often used by athletes and performers, can help you set a positive tone. Imagine the conversation going smoothly, with both parties feeling understood and respected. This mental preparation can shift your energy and make the interaction more mindful. The way you speak also affects the energy you bring to a conversation. Speaking slowly and clearly, with intention, can convey calmness and confidence. On the other hand, rushing through your words can create a sense of anxiety or urgency. Remember, your tone and pace are just as important as the words you choose. Finally, pay attention to how your energy impacts others. Are people more relaxed around you, or do they seem tense? Being mindful of this can help you adjust your approach and ensure that your energy supports your words, rather than contradicts them. Chapter 6: Conversational Cadence, Finding Flow in Dialogue. Ever noticed how some conversations just flow effortlessly? That's the magic of conversational cadence, a natural rhythm that makes communication feel smooth and connected. Think of it like dancing. When both partners are in sync, the dance is graceful and enjoyable. One way to find this flow is by matching the other person's pace. If they're speaking slowly and thoughtfully, try to match that tempo. If they're more animated and quick, it might help to pick up your pace a bit. This mirroring of pace, known as pacing, can help create a sense of harmony in the conversation. Another key to conversational cadence is learning when to speak and when to listen. A study published in Nature found that successful conversations often have a rhythm, with speakers taking turns and avoiding interruptions. This back and forth creates a balanced exchange that's more satisfying for both parties. To enhance the flow of dialogue, try to avoid dominating the conversation. It's easy to get caught up in our own thoughts, but giving the other person space to express themselves is crucial. A good rule of thumb is to listen twice as much as you speak. This ensures that both voices are heard and respected. Also, be mindful of the non-verbal cues that signal when it's your turn to speak. A slight pause, a change in tone, or a glance can all indicate that the other person is ready for you to contribute. By paying attention to these cues, you can keep the conversation moving smoothly. Lastly, don't be afraid of silence. Sometimes, a pause in conversation can give both parties time to reflect and think more deeply. These moments of quiet can lead to richer, more thoughtful dialogue. Chapter 7: Curiosity Catalyst. Asking questions that open minds. Curiosity is the spark that ignites deeper conversations. By asking thoughtful questions, you can encourage others to open up and share more. The right questions can turn a simple chat into a meaningful dialogue. One powerful technique is to ask open-ended questions. Instead of yes or no queries, try asking questions that require more thought and elaboration. For example, instead of asking, "Did you like the movie?" you could ask, "What did you think about the movie's message?" This invites the other person to share more of their perspective. A study published in the Journal of Applied Psychology found that people who ask more follow-up questions are perceived as better listeners. Follow-up questions show that you're not just listening, but you're interested in digging deeper. It's a simple way to show that you care about the other person's thoughts and experiences. Another strategy is to use why and how questions to explore motivations and reasoning. For instance, asking "Why do you feel that way?" or "How did you come to that conclusion?" can lead to more insightful and meaningful conversations. However, it's important to ask questions without being intrusive. Make sure your questions come from a place of genuine curiosity rather than interrogation. Tone matters here. Keep it light and open, rather than demanding. Finally, remember that sometimes the best questions are the ones that aren't directly related to the topic at hand. Random or unexpected questions can lead to surprising and enjoyable detours in conversation, making the interaction more dynamic and engaging. Chapter 8: The Zen of Zoning In. Techniques to stay present in every conversation. Staying present in a conversation is easier said than done, especially with all the distractions around us. But the ability to focus fully on the moment is key to mindful communication. According to research from Harvard University, the average person's mind wanders 47% of the time. This makes staying present a real challenge, but also incredibly rewarding. One effective technique is to practice grounding before a conversation. Grounding involves bringing your attention to the present moment, often by focusing on your breath or feeling your feet on the ground. This simple practice can help you enter a conversation with a clear and focused mind. Another strategy is to eliminate external distractions. Put your phone on silent, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and choose a quiet environment. These small adjustments can make a big difference in your ability to stay focused. Mindful listening is another powerful tool. Instead of thinking about what you're going to say next, focus entirely on what the other person is saying. Notice their tone, words, and body language. This level of attention not only improves your understanding but also shows the other person that you value their input. A unique tip is to occasionally repeat a key word or phrase the other person has used. This simple act can keep you engaged and helps you stay on track with the conversation. It also reinforces that you're truly listening. Finally, practice being comfortable with pauses. Don't rush to fill every silence. Sometimes, a moment of quiet can give both you and the other person time to think and reflect. This not only makes the conversation more thoughtful but also helps you stay grounded in the present moment. And that's it for our series on fostering mindfulness in communication. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching.